Have you ever had that Sunday night feeling? You know the one. But it's not just about the week ahead. It's about your entire career path. That feeling like you're standing at a huge crossroads and you have no idea which way to turn? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. This moment of uncertainty, whether it's from a layoff or just this quiet, nagging feeling you're meant for something more, it can feel totally overwhelming. So, how do we turn this scary crossroads into a launchpad for something even better? Let's dive in and break it down. Okay, so first things first, we have to acknowledge the weight of this moment. I love this quote from career coach Dr. Sierra Graham Graves because it just gets right to the heart of it. It's not just about the money, is it? It's the whole life disruption, your routine, your sense of who you are, your confidence. It's a massive shock to the system that goes way beyond a paycheck. So whatever you're feeling right now, it's completely valid. And here's where we make a crucial shift in perspective. This moment does not have to be defined by loss. And that's the mindset we're going to build together today. How to find the opportunity that's hiding inside the challenge, and how to use this disruption to consciously design a professional life that actually feels good. To start, we really need to get the lay of the land. Let's take a look at the modern reality of what career shifts actually look like. Now, what's really telling here is the story this data tells us. This is from Pew Research. And yeah, low pay is the #1 reason people quit. No surprise there. But look what comes next. No room for advancement, feeling disrespected, bad managers. What does that really tell us? It says people are looking for more than just a paycheck. We're all searching for respect, for a chance to grow, and for a culture that doesn't drain our souls. And you know, that search, it carries a lot of weight. The stress doesn't just stay neatly packed away between 9 and 5. A career transition is a huge life event, and it can send ripples through everything: our personal lives, our relationships, our whole sense of stability. The pressure is real, and it comes from all sides, which is exactly why having a support system is so critical right now. Which brings us to the internal journey. I mean, to handle all the external changes, we first have to get a grip on the psychology of what we're actually going through. So if you feel like you're on this wild, emotional roller coaster, you're not going crazy, not at all. You're just going through a very normal, well-documented process. You might start with denial, right? That this can't be happening feeling. Then that can morph into anxiety about what's next, followed by these waves of self-doubt where you question everything. Frustration is a big one too, before you finally land in a place of acceptance. Just seeing these stages laid out like this can be a relief, because it reminds us this is a process, not personal failure. So what's the key to moving through these stages? It all comes down to emotional resilience. Honestly, think of it like a muscle. It's our ability to bend without breaking under stress and to stay connected to our purpose even when things feel completely up in the air. And the best part is, the more you work on it, the stronger it gets. It's something you can start building today. And this right here, this is the most critical mindset shift you can possibly make. A layoff, a career disruption, it is a situational setback. I'm going to say that again. A situational setback. It is an external event that happened to you. It is not a judgment on your character, your skills, or your value as a human being. The first step to protecting your confidence is really, truly understanding that distinction. Okay, so once we've navigated that emotional landscape a bit, it's time to get constructive. Let's move on to rebuilding your foundation. And we're going to start with a deep dive into your unique strengths and all the great things you've accomplished. You know, after a professional blow, our brains have this funny way of just zooming in on all our perceived flaws and weaknesses. We have to consciously flip that script. The very first step in rebuilding is to refocus on what you do best. So, ask yourself this question, and I mean it. Maybe even pause for a second and just jot down whatever comes to mind first. We're going to build on that. Here's a really practical way to do that. Conduct a personal skills inventory. I mean, actually write this stuff down. For example, a major accomplishment might be leading a project that boosted efficiency by 15%. So what was your impact? You saved the company time and money. This exercise isn't just about fluffing up a resume. It's a powerful way to remind yourself of the real value you bring to the table. Now, once you have that clarity, you can start planning your next move. And it's really important to know the difference between a pivot and a full-on change. Think of it this way. A pivot is like a marketing manager using their skills to slide over into product marketing. A change is more like an accountant deciding to become a landscape architect. Knowing which path you're on helps you build a strategy that's actually realistic and effective. So you've done the internal work, you've taken stock of your strengths. Now let's translate all of that into strategic, concrete actions that will move you forward.
First up, please remember you do not have to do this alone. A mentor can be an incredible guide, not just for moral support, but for really practical stuff like giving feedback on your resume or running mock interviews. A great place to look is on LinkedIn. Find people whose careers you admire, especially from your college, and just reach out with a thoughtful, personalized note.
To keep your skills sharp and, honestly, just to keep your momentum going, think about volunteering or picking up some freelance work. This is about way more than just staying busy. It's about proving your skills are current and staying plugged in. I actually know someone who got laid off from a tech job, took on a tiny freelance project for a local nonprofit, and that project turned into a full-time director role that she absolutely loves. These things can be game changers.
Let's face it, the professional world is always changing. This is the perfect time to make sure you're staying competitive. Take a look at the high-demand skills in the field you're targeting. Maybe it's data visualization, programming, project management, whatever. Ask yourself, what's one skill I could start learning this week that would make me a much stronger candidate in 3 months? Okay, this is a big one. None of these strategies, the networking, the skills, the resume, none of it will work if your mental health isn't your #1 priority. Research shows that job loss can seriously increase the risk for anxiety and depression. So be proactive. Schedule time for exercise, connect with friends, lean into your hobbies. And listen, seeking support from a therapist isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of profound strength and self-awareness. And finally, let's reframe networking. I know, that word can make some of us cringe, but it's not about awkwardly begging for a job. It's about building real relationships. That just means updating your profile so it reflects your goals, maybe attending a few industry events, virtual or in person, and even just reconnecting with old colleagues to see how they're doing. The best opportunities almost always come from a real human connection. All right, we've explored the reality of career shifts, the psychology behind it, and the strategies to move forward. Now let's pull it all together as you get ready to design your next chapter. Your path forward really boils down to these 4 steps. First, validate your feelings. They're real. Second, reframe your mindset from crisis to opportunity. Third, rebuild your foundation by getting crystal clear on your skills and your value. And finally, act. Take strategic, intentional action. Validate, reframe, rebuild, act. That's your roadmap.
I want you to remember this. A career crossroads, as unsettling as it feels, is not just a door closing. It is a powerful, if maybe unscheduled, chance to open a new one that could lead you somewhere even more aligned with who you are and who you want to become. Believe in yourself and in the new possibilities that are out there waiting for you.
So I'll leave you with this one thought. You are now the architect of your own career. This moment, right now, holds incredible potential. The only question is, what will you build next?